China negotiating with Niger on safety of citizens. Wow. This came a few days ago. I think that was yesterday. That China is now negotiating with Niger military junta on the safety of Chinese in the Niger Republic. And that also came with a rumor that China might be merging force with Russia to support Niger Republic in fighting the battle that the ECOWAS is setting up against it. In addition to a recent call for its citizens to evacuate, China has warned its nationals in Niger against traveling to areas prone to terror attacks in the West African country. The Asian nation is meanwhile negotiating with the authorities to ensure the safety of its nationals in the wake of the coup that occurred at the end of July, as well as the uncertainty emanating from threats by the economic community of West African states of military invasion. Currently, the security situation in Niger is not optimistic, stated the Chinese embassy from the Niger capital Niamey. It alerted its nationals to frequent terrorist attacks in Agadez, Difa, and Tilaberi regions, which have caused severe military and police casualties and property losses. In view of the special circumstances of the above-mentioned regions, if Chinese citizens insist on going or staying in the relevant regions, the parties concerned may face higher security risk and affect the effectiveness of assistance. The Chinese embassy in Niger has stepped up negotiations with the Nigerian authorities, urging them to take necessary measures to protect the personal and property safety of Chinese citizens, the embassy disclosed. The embassy stated local people and institutions had paid close attention to the security situation, maintained a high degree of vigilance, strengthened security precautions and emergency preparedness, reduced unnecessary going out, and ensured personal and property safety. In case of emergency, Chinese are urged to call the police and contact the embassy. Now, evacuations have been rendered impossible as Niger closed its airspace. The situation in Niger has been a cause for global concern. Before the coup that ousted President Muhammadu Bazoum, the country was enduring attacks by Islamist groups. This week, at least 17 soldiers were killed in Tilaberi during an ambush by militants. Niger's military government has resisted pressure and military interventions threatened by Nigeria headquartered ECOWAS to release from custody and reinstate Bazoum. So neighboring Burkina Faso and Mali, also under military regimes, have endorsed the coup in Niger, adding to crisis in the region. Wow. So what is happening here is that the Chinese government have identified the hot areas of Niger right now, especially areas that are being terrorized by the terrorists, and have warned their citizens to not go there at all, or if they must stay around that area, must mind when they go out and when they come out in. Okay, and in the wake of that as well, they are also discussing intensively or extensively with the Niger authority, which is the military junta, to ensure the security and safety of the Chinese and their properties in Niger Republic. So why this is going on, they said evacuation has been almost impossible because the Nigerian authorities have closed their airspace. So no aircraft can come in and no aircraft can go out, meaning that all the foreigners in Niger Republic as we speak are currently trapped and can't be evacuated. Meanwhile, the security situation is not predictable since the military junta is still adamant, and meanwhile, ECOWAS is still maintaining its threat of military invasion in the Niger Republic in order to reinstate the ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. So with all of this put together, the Chinese have assessed the risk and now issuing a warning to their people to ensure that they are safe and secure, and also discussing with the Nigerian government or the military junta to ensure the safety of life and properties of the Chinese in the Niger Republic. Wow. So this is now the situation with Chinese. Okay, so I wonder which countries have Chinese not there. They be like, do I say, they be like my Igbo people. Okay, any country when Chinese not there, you know that that country is dry. Everywhere there are Chinese. Almost in Africa, everywhere there are Chinese. They're everywhere. So if and this is the kind of government they are into is communism and military regime. So because they are more militant than other kinds of government because of their system of government, which is communism. So, and this kind of thing that the Nigerian Republic Junta is doing is the kind of thing they like. They don't have time for democracy. Okay, if it's not going well, it's not going well. You kill it and then move on again to the next level. That is their own system. So right now, they are there and they are concerned about their people and they are working to ensure that our people are safe in that country. Since there's obviously nothing they can do right now, they can't take them out, they can't bring them in because the airspace is closed. So the only thing is to monitor the situation, why they give advice to their people, why they also continue to discuss and negotiate with the military junta in the Niger Republic, who is currently adamant. It's ready to fight ECOWAS already. It's obvious it's getting the support of Russia, also getting the support of other West African countries that are under military regime like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea. And recently too, Algeria from North Africa has also decided to help them. I think now that Nigeria cut off light from Niger Republic, Algeria had to give them light straight up. And after giving them light, is now pledging to help them to fight that government. It means that if that fight starts, most Arabic nations will join Niger Republic to fight the West because it's going to be war between the East and the West. The way I'm looking at it, it's obviously going to be the war between the East and the West because already both the Arabs and the Asians don't like democracy and probably don't even want the influence of the West anymore. That has been the challenge for a very long time. Okay, so with the way it is happening now in Niger Republic, it is obvious that it might lead to a full-blown war. And that full-blown war, we're wondering how it is going to be fought. Who are the stakeholders and who will be most affected? Nigerians are already crying that Nigeria should not go to that war. Ghanaians are also already fighting their government and warning their government anyway, not really fight, that they shouldn't go to that war, that they should allow Niger Republic to carry their cross and settle themselves, because it's obvious Niger Republic as a country is trying to break loose from the influence of the West, okay, especially from France that has been extorting and exploiting them since independence. It is becoming unbearable for them and are looking for a way to be free from the French colonization. So thank you for listening and let's have your comment in this regard.